All right, partner. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. It's time for Cranked and Ranked. Yeah.
Throw your hands up.
This is
Chocolate starfish.
Hey.
I had to say it.
Yeah. This is good. This is for everybody. Get ready for a fun one.
Before I got into metal, I was a huge Eminem fan, like massive.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking idol. I had a massive poster of him on my wall, and then essentially I remember listening to Metallica and thinking, whoa, someone should rap over this. And I was like, I thought at the time I'd come up with a totally original concept because I was a complete newbie to rock and metal as a whole.
Little did you know that Ja Rule already did that. Yeah. They streamed, all of the stuff from Lollapalooza. I think they're still doing it. I think it's still going today when we're recording this. But I watched the Limp Bizkit set, and Fred Durst now he's grown out his hair a little bit, and it's all gray, and he has a beard, kind of like yours, minus the goatee part, where it's just the handlebar.
Yeah.
And it's all white. And he was wearing almost like a members only jacket and some tan slacks. Totally like old guy looking shit. And so it's so funny that Wes Borland is still in some sort of really weird outfit, but everyone is just talking about what Fred Durst looks like. Fred Durst looks crazy. And I'm all like, and Wes is just like, why the fuck do I even bother?
This guy just dresses like old man Durst up the street.
He should see if Fred continues that look, then Wes Borland should dress like Fred Durst from the 90s and just come out one day. But the funny thing that I thought about, because last night while I was watching the show, the Limp Bizkit performance, I was like, if Eddie lived here, we'd probably go to see this. But I realized that you would have not been anywhere near it, because 15 minutes after Limp Bizkit started, Megan Thee Stallion was playing at a completely different stage. And so I'm like, I bet you Eddie would fuck off and go see Megan Thee Stallion.
I'd be there like, I'll catch hot dog, but I'm gonna go drool at my celebrity crush for the next hour.
Yeah, the spirit of the biscuit is inside of me today, folks. Go ahead and talk shit.
Talk shit about me. I'm addicted to doing the fucking Fred Durst voice. I came downstairs the other day and said to my mom, I'm gonna make some fucking cereal. What's the milk? Fucking cereal, fuck yeah. It's so fun.
You gotta give him some credit. He has a signature sound. The Fred Durst sound. How many people can say that?
And it takes serious fucking balls to say this sentence.
Oh shit.
Chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
But yeah, I it's just a weird thing, because I think some people still poke fun at that being a part of the new metal thing with having DJs. Yeah. But to be completely honest, that doesn't annoy me as much as 50,000 people showing up to just watch a DJ. That's the thing where I'm just like, this is when the old man in me kicks in, and I'm just like, hey, these people aren't even doing any record scratching. They have computer laptops set up. And that's why every time you see a DJ photograph, they're playing to 100,000 people. And what is the pose they're always doing? They always have their arms outstretched, because they don't need to do anything with their arms. I love how this is going to be an epic episode.
People are going to take a look at the fucking thumbnail. Limp Bizkit, 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're gonna be different in this one. We're not gonna call it under the gun like a lot of people have. We're gonna call it underneath the gun.
Hell yeah.
Fred, doesn't that mean the same thing? Yeah, whatever.
Below said firearm.
I actually like Saint Anger, and I just, yeah, it is what it is. But I think it's because of that, because everyone was like, fuck this album. I'm all like, I'm going to give this more time, because I think it's just because I hate it when anybody gets that bent out of shape about anything. No matter what it is, like if it's nothing that actually makes a difference, like, I don't know, poverty, you know, and people just like, fuck Saint Anger. I'm like, why don't you take that fucking energy and use it for something productive? It's just an album.
These people can't eat. Why are you upset about my thoughts on a fucking record? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Or an entire band such as Limp Bizkit, where we are now.
This album, it's kind of like their Ride the Lightning, where
I love that you said that, because I totally get what you're saying, but other people listening to this would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's their Ride the Lightning. So I don't know if you can watch this over there, because I don't know if it's worldwide, if you have the streaming service, but there's a Woodstock 99 documentary that just came out on HBO Max. And it's part of a series of documentaries, but it's a full length, like almost 2-hour documentary. And I did a live stream like a few weeks ago, and I talked about it, and I said, you know what, if it ends up being the kind of movie where they're trying to blame Limp Bizkit, I'm going to come out of a fucking bag. And guess what? They do try to blame Limp Bizkit. But it is one of the worst documentaries I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wow.
Not because it's not technically good. Like, it's the footage they used is interesting. It's shot, you know, all the things are edited together very well. It's a very entertaining documentary. But I'll give you an example of why it's total shit. On numerous occasions throughout the entire documentary, they repeatedly point out how awful it is that all of these women are showing their tits to everybody. And what do they do in the documentary? They include the footage of every tit they could fucking find. And it's literally throughout the whole, so that's the kind of documentary this is. It's so awful that these women were showing their boobs, and they don't even interview these women. They are now just taking old tit footage and making new money off of this. These poor girls that at the time, maybe some of them don't give a shit, but some of them are probably like, could HBO not put my tits all over the world? And so that's literally the caliber of documentary you're working with, where they constantly have an agenda and then shit on their own agenda while they were making the documentary. Even though they're blaming them, Limp Bizkit played the day before the riots happened. So it's like, it's pretty funny to me that like every documentary you ever see, it's always like everything was kind of weird and not really going very well, and then Limp Bizkit hit the stage. But nobody to be fair, they throw other bands under the bus too, but it doesn't help the overall ridiculous attitude towards Limp Bizkit, where I'm like, now we're going to have this documentary where these guys are all like, they could have made things better. Fred Durst had the whole thing on his shoulders. He could have been the one guy to calm down 100,000 people. So anyway, it was a documentary where I know my wife was very annoyed with me because I kept pausing it, and I was drinking beers, and I kept pausing it and looking at me like, you see what they're doing here? Do you see what they're doing? And so I'm sure she was very annoyed. But I did learn a very important thing about my wife. She has discovered that she is attracted to Fred Durst, and so so I need to get a 1999 Fred Durst outfit for her. And unfortunately, I'm not going to cut my hair or my beard, but I'll do the backwards red hat and the baggy khaki pants and shit like that. I'll do that. But nobody points out that Insane Clown Posse also played that, and I'm pretty sure they have songs that would incite fucking riots as well. And they have songs about how magnets, how do they work? Anyway, that's an actual song. Did you know that from Insane Clown Posse?
I need to brush up on my Insane Clown Posse lore.
No, you don't. All you need to do is go to YouTube and look up Insane Clown Posse Miracles. And it's an entire song where they talk about things that they think are miracles, but they're all just easily explained with science. Like one of the parts he goes, fucking rainbows after it rains. And like that's supposed to be like the best part of the song though is in the middle, in between a chorus and a verse, the bigger of the two dudes, I don't know his name, but he goes, music is a miracle too. You can't even hold it. It's just there in the air.
Oh. Bro, that's deep, man. It sounds like, that's the thing. It sounds like something I would make if I was tasked with making like an educational children's show.
Yeah.
And it would just be me in the fucking drum room, just like, fucking magnets, huh? How do they work? Oh, can I do it just really quick?
Do it.
Listen up. Here we go. It's a fucked up world, a fucked up place. Everybody's judged by a fucked up face. Fucked up dreams, fucked up life. A fucked up kid with a fucked up knife. Fucked up moms, fucked up dads. A fucked up cop with a fucked up badge. Fucked up job with fucked up pay. And a fucked up boss is a fucked up. It's just so fucking fun.
That was awesome. That was
hell yeah.
It's funny that another funny thing I read about that is that in the middle section where he says, hey ladies, hey fellas, and the people that don't give a fuck. And everyone's like, that was really progressive thinking for him at the time, where he's like, there's not just ladies and men, there's also people who don't give a fuck with their gender. He was miles beyond everybody else in the year 2000.
Oh, dude.
And then, but then at the end of it, he lists all these different people, and then he just says, everybody all around the world. And I'm all like, wait, you could have just said that.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite lines in the Phantom Menace, the Star Wars movie.
Yep.
One of the guys, he has to say this. It's such a stupidly written line, but he goes, red team, blue team, everybody this way.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why did you have to say red team, blue team? Just say everybody this way. Like, you don't need to name the two teams if you're just going to tell them all to do the same thing.
Living it up is good fun.
Hold on. Since you're at living it up, I got to do this real quick. This is dedicated to you, Ben Stiller. You are my favorite motherfucker.
It's so fucking good. And there's a little tie-in to Ben Stiller at the end that we'll get to.
How can you ever hear the name Ben Stiller without thinking in your head, you are my favorite motherfucker?
It'll be okay. I forgot to do notes for It'll Be Okay. Fuck am I doing here?
It's all right. It'll be okay.
God. Saved it. Rollin' Urban Assault Vehicle is a hip-hop version of the smash hit Rollin', featuring Redman, Method Man, and the late DMX, who unfortunately passed away earlier this year.
And if I remember right, also produced by Swizz Beatz, who produced one of our favorite songs. Yeah, we did it! It all comes together.
Nevermore the whipping boy.
Just when you thought it was over. Just when you thought it was done.
Yeah, we did it again.
I still love that song unapologetically. It's really weird, but great.
We need to put together a full-on cover of that song. Like,
I'm on board for that.
Keep it just as janky and pieced together as the original.
You can do the James Hetfield parts. I'll do all the original parts. But also, what the fuck does the chorus of the song even mean? Like, what cookie? Like, what's the cookie? Did somebody offer him a cookie and that's what he's talking about? Like, there was a girl who was like, look, I had sex with you and I expected you to be my boyfriend and I even gave you a cookie. Fred Durst is all like, you could take that cookie and stick it up your But I really do think between you and we can just put our number ones and number twos together. That's sounding kind of gross, but I mean, you put them together. Has anybody talked about Limp Bizkit for over 2 hours when they weren't just shitting on them ever? Like, are we the first? Because I would like to hear it if it exists out there, but I really do. I want to be a beacon of light for Limp Bizkit. I want to shine on them and be like, look, they're just because they had a lot of fans in the late 90s and early 2000s who were pieces of shit. I'm not going to argue that fact. But a lot of those pieces of shit have grown up and now they're in positions of power in the United States. So woo!
This is HDFW base to chocolate starfish reading over. Chocolate starfish reading over. Your mission, universal communication. Was your mission completed? Affirmative. Permission to terminate. Permission granted. Bring it on. That really fucking hurt my throat. I'm glad I did this at the end.